a team. Unified Sports provides them with this opportunity. Once prospective participants are recruited, the next step is to bring the athletes and partners together for an assessment process to ensure the best unified teams are created. All team sports utilize an assessment approach for creation of unified sports teams. If you are constructing several teams to form a league, these steps are helpful in putting together balanced teams comprised of individuals who will benefit through meaningful involvement. The first step in the process is to administer sports skills assessment tests to all of the participants. Athletes and partners take part in skills stations and receive a score based upon their performance. For example, in basketball, all of the participants go through skill stations designed to measure proficiency in the areas of dribbling, shooting, rebounding, and defense. The scores received at these stations determine the initial team groupings. The next phase is to evaluate these teams through scrimmages against each other to make two determinations. First, do any of the participants possess significantly higher skills than the other players? Or do any of them lack the requisite skills to play? In either case, these individuals would be inappropriate for this particular unified sports setting. Second, should any of the participants be moved to different teams in order to ensure a competitively balanced league, as well as make sure each team has enough personnel to successfully fill the varied roles? Taking the time and following the proper procedures to create teams is essential in a strong unified sports program foundation. If the teams are comprised properly, the groundwork is laid for success, provided they have educated coaches who embrace the right philosophy and understand their roles. This segment will cover the elements of successful coaching, including application of the correct philosophy, knowledge of the sport, the coach's role, techniques for ideal group dynamics, and Special Olympics certified coaches education. The success or failure of a unified sports team relies significantly upon the coach. He or she plays a critical role in creating the environment where the maximum benefits of the unified sports experience can be realized. More often than not, it is the coach who assembles the team and assumes the vital role of selecting the most appropriate partners. A coach must resist the temptation of recruiting the best athletes to serve as partners in order to ensure a beneficial outcome for the team. A qualified unified sports coach will ensure all of his or her players contribute to the team, create situations where teammates build connections both in and away from the competitive environment, and uses every player's strengths in roles which help the overall play of the team. Embracing the proper philosophy is also a necessity. Coaches should utilize practices as a forum for teammates to improve and prepare for competition. During competitions, coaches should emphasize the need for individuals to strive for their personal best within the framework of the team. While winning is an acceptable and desirable goal, playing your best should be the focus. Sportsmanship should always be displayed, with proper congratulations offered to the losing team when victory is achieved, and gracious acceptance of a loss to the winning team when defeat occurs. It is the responsibility of the coach to lead by example and to demonstrate respect to the officials and opposing coach and players. Besides following and applying the proper philosophy, a qualified coach must possess knowledge of the sport. He or she needs to receive training in skill development, tactics, team dynamics, warm-up and stretching exercises, rules, conditioning, and first aid. Well-educated coaches positively impact the development of their players and nurture their continued growth. The role of the coach is multifaceted. It is vital for a coach to respect his or her players and to understand their unique contributions and qualities. With that in mind, a coach needs to utilize each player's abilities in a proper role on the team. Next, a coach needs to make a strong commitment to organized practices. A plan should be developed and followed for each session. Keeping practices fun and interesting can be achieved by using a variety of safe drills, situational settings, and scrimmages. Alternating positions during drills and giving everybody an opportunity to participate is also important. Good sportsmanship should be displayed in practice as well as during competition. This means a coach should provide positive reinforcement to the players and provide constructive advice to correct mistakes. Finally, the role of the unified sports coach in team sports is to coach from the sidelines. Special Olympics unified sports rules prohibit a playing coach. However, in individual sports, a coach can also play, but this is not the preferred model. Group dynamics within a team structure present certain challenges, but the coach sets the tone. If he or she is enthusiastic, committed to hard work, and demonstrates dedication to the team through organization, then the team will respond favorably. It is critical for a coach to teach the unified sports philosophy, especially the principle of meaningful involvement. One of the ways this can be achieved is by coaching both athletes and partners, demanding teamwork, and reinforcing the importance of each player's role and contribution to the team, both during practices and competitions. A coach needs to encourage positive communication among teammates by setting a good example. In sports, there needs to be clear verbal and nonverbal communication if expectations are to be fulfilled. A coach needs to demonstrate and reinforce this concept. A coach should set team and individual goals to give players a clear sense of direction for the season. These goals should be articulated and reviewed throughout the season during practices so the team can measure its progress and individuals can assess their areas of improvement. During competition, a coach impacts group dynamics through player personnel management and game strategies. Each player has a unique role, and a coach needs to utilize them at the right moments during competition. Treating Special Olympics athletes and partners equally on a team through substitutions and their unique roles underscores the unified sports philosophy. Individuals interested in becoming unified sports coaches can receive professional training and certification through the Special Olympics Coaches Education System. In order to become certified, coaches are required to first attend the General Orientation and Protective Behaviors course before embarking on the next level of training. New coaches are encouraged to attend the Coaching Special Olympics Athletes course before moving on to the Unified Sports Training course. Information presented in these training sessions, as well as in the Unified Sports Handbook, give coaches the tools they need to be effective. The better the coach, the better experience for the athletes and partners. A successful unified sports experience is created when both athletes and partners understand their roles. In this section, we will review participant eligibility, unified sports philosophy, and teammate guidelines. A unified sports team must have a proportionate number of athletes with intellectual disabilities and athletes without intellectual disabilities, or partners. Partners with a disability other than one classified as intellectual are eligible to participate. However, Special Olympics believes the desired objectives of unified sports are best fulfilled when partners are individuals without any disabilities. The coach plays an important role in conveying the unified sports philosophy to the team. One way to accomplish this is through an orientation at the beginning of a season. A coach's actions also reflect the proper philosophy. Athletes and partners need to understand the principle of meaningful involvement and to incorporate it during practices and competitions. Again, meaningful involvement applies to all team members. It means that every player should play a role and have the opportunity to contribute to the team.